You know that feeling. It is late at night. The house is quiet. You are sitting there with a big idea in your head. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you just want to go to the gym and get healthy. You can see the results so clearly in your mind. It looks amazing. For a second, you feel excited. But then, something heavy settles in your chest. Your stomach turns. A little voice whispers in your ear. What if it goes wrong? What if people laugh? What if I try my hardest and I'm still not good enough? That excitement, it turns to dread. You close your eyes, push the idea away, pick up your phone and start scrolling instead. You tell yourself you will start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. This is not laziness. This is not a lack of discipline. This is fear of failure, one of the most common and powerful feelings a human being can have. It stops brilliant people from sharing their gifts, keeps kind people from reaching out, keeps you stuck in a life smaller than the one you deserve. Today, we are going to look that fear right in the eye and take it apart piece by piece. You need to understand what is happening in your brain, why you feel this way, and most importantly, how to beat it. Let us look at what fear of failure actually looks like in your daily life. It is usually a master of disguise. Fear rarely announces itself. Instead, it shows up as procrastination. There's a big project due. You know you need to work on it, but suddenly the entire kitchen needs cleaning. Your desk needs organizing. Unimportant emails need answering. Everything except the one thing that matters. You tell yourself you are just getting ready, that conditions need to be perfect before you start. But that is a lie. You are avoiding the work because if you do not do the work, you cannot fail at it. Fear also disguises itself as perfectionism. This is a big one. You might think having high standards is good, and it can be. But perfectionism is often just fear dressed up in fancy clothes. If you cannot do it perfectly, you should not do it at all. Or so you tell yourself. A sentence gets written and immediately deleted because it is not genius. A video gets recorded and deleted because your hair looked slightly wrong. The product never ships. The art never posts. You never ask for the date. If you never show your work, nobody can tell you it is bad. But if you never show your work, you can never succeed. So why does your brain do this? Why does your own mind work against you? To understand this, you have to look at how humans evolved. Thousands of years ago, fear kept you alive. A rustle in the bushes might be a tiger. Your brain would flood your body with stress hormones, getting you ready to run or fight. Fear was a signal that said, do not go there or you might die. The problem? Your brain has not updated its software. It still treats emotional pain like physical pain. It treats the risk of failure like the risk of being eaten by a tiger. When you think about starting a YouTube channel or asking for a promotion, your brain scans for danger. It sees rejection, it sees embarrassment, and it hits the panic button, triggering the same survival instinct as if you were in physical danger. Heart racing, palms sweating, mind going blank. Your brain is trying to protect you, to keep you safe in the cave. It doesn't understand that an awkward email or a failed project will not actually kill you. This is why the fear feels so real. It's a biological reaction. But here's the truth. Your brain is confused. You are not in danger. You are just uncomfortable. And there's a massive difference between being unsafe and being uncomfortable. Growth only happens in the uncomfortable zone. Stay where you are safe and you will never grow. You will stay exactly where you are forever. And that is a much scarier thought than failing at a project. Let us talk about the stories you tell yourself. Fear of failure is often powered by a fixed mindset, the belief that your talent and intelligence are set in stone. You are either smart or you are not, either good at math or you are not. In this mindset, failure is terrifying. Try and fail, and it means you are not smart, not good enough. It becomes an attack on your identity. You feel like a failure as a person. But there is another way to see the world, a growth mindset. Here, failure is just information, just data. Try a new recipe and it burns. You do not say, I am a bad cook and I will never eat again. You say, I cooked it at too high a temperature. Next time, I will turn the heat down. You learned something. You got better. That is what failure actually is. The price of admission for success. Think about a baby learning to walk. The baby stands up and falls down. Stands up and falls down again, hundreds of times. Does the baby think, I am a failure? Does the baby think, walking is not for me? No. The baby just stands up again, adjusts its balance, and tries a new way. Eventually, it walks. Somewhere along the way, we lost that resilience. We learned to be ashamed of falling down. You need to give yourself permission to be a beginner again, to be bad at something so you can eventually become good at it. Let me tell you about J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, she was a single mother on welfare, clinically depressed, living in a small apartment in Edinburgh. She wrote in cafes because she could not afford to heat her home. She sent her manuscript to 12 publishers. 12 rejections. The 13th publisher, a small London house, finally took a chance. Even then, they told her to get a day job because she would never make money writing children's books. Today, over 500 million copies were sold, a billion-dollar empire. But none of that happens if she lets those 12 rejections stop her. She said later that failure stripped away everything inessential and showed her what she truly was. It gave her the freedom to focus on the one thing she cared about most. That is the power of reframing failure. Now I want to give you some concrete tools to fight this. First, redefine what a win looks like. Right now, you probably define a win as the perfect result, getting the job, the video going viral. But you cannot control those things. You can only control your effort. Your new goal is simply to do the action. Sit down and write for 20 minutes, you win. Does not matter if what you write is terrible. You showed up. You faced the fear. That is the win. Second, lower the stakes. We build things up in our heads until they become monsters. The greatest novel of all time, a billion-dollar company. That pressure is crushing. Make the task so small it is impossible to say no. Do not set out to write a book. Set out to write one bad paragraph. Do not aim for six-pack abs. Do 5 push-ups. When you lower the bar, you step over it easily. Once you start moving, it is much easier to keep moving. Action creates momentum, and momentum kills fear. Third, practice worst-case scenario planning. Often the fear is vague, just a dark cloud of worry. When you shine a light on it, the monster shrinks. Take a piece of paper. Write down exactly what you are afraid of. Be specific. What happens if you fail? Maybe you lose some money. Maybe you feel embarrassed for a few days. Maybe you have to ask for help. Then write how you would handle that. Usually you will find the worst-case scenario is not actually that bad. It is manageable, and it is certainly better than living with the regret of never trying. Fourth, separate your worth from your work. You are a valuable human being no matter what you achieve. Your worth does not go up when you succeed or down when you fail. You are enough just as you are. When you truly believe this, failure loses its sting. It's just an event, something that happened, not who you are. This allows you to look at mistakes objectively, learn the lesson, and move on quickly. I want you to think about the cost of inaction. We focus so much on what might go wrong if we try, but we rarely focus on what will go wrong if we do not try. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. You let the fear win, stayed in the safe job, never wrote the book, never asked that person out. You are safe, but you are hollow, a nagging feeling of regret that never goes away. You wonder what could have been. That is the real tragedy. Failure is temporary. Regret is forever. There's a concept called the spotlight effect. We think everyone is watching us, waiting for us to fail so they can laugh. But the truth? Nobody cares. Everyone else is too busy worrying about their own lives, their own failures. They're not thinking about you. This might sound harsh, but it's actually incredibly liberating. You are free to experiment, to make mistakes, to look silly. The world will keep turning, and the people who matter will cheer you on for trying. Let us talk about the what if game. Usually you play it like this. What if I fail? What if I look stupid? What if I lose everything? Flip the script. play the game the other way. What if you succeed? What if this project changes your life? What if you find a passion that sets your soul on fire? What if you inspire someone else to follow their dreams? Give equal weight to the positive possibilities. Your brain naturally leans toward the negative. You have to consciously pull it back to the positive. Visualize the success just as vividly as you visualize the failure. This journey is not about eliminating fear. You will never get rid of fear completely. As long as you are pushing your boundaries, fear will be there for the ride. The goal is not to be fearless. The goal is to be courageous. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Taking action while your hands are shaking. Speaking up while your voice is trembling. Every time you act in spite of the fear, you make the fear smaller, and you make yourself stronger. You are building muscle. I know it feels safe to wait. You tell yourself you are waiting for confidence, that one day you will wake up and the fear will be gone, and then you will start. But that is not how it works. Confidence comes after you start, not before. Confidence is built by seeing yourself do difficult things. You have to act first. The feeling follows the action. If you wait until you feel ready, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. You are ready now, not because you are perfect, but because you are here and you have something to give. Sometimes the fear comes because the mountain looks too high. You look at the summit and you freeze. Stop looking at the summit. Look at your feet. Just take one step, then another, then another. You do not need to know the whole path. Just the next step. As you move forward, the fog will clear. Trust that you will figure it out. You have figured out everything in your life up to this point. You will figure this out too. That voice in your head, the one that says you are not good enough, give it a name. Call it the worrier. When it starts talking, you can say, "Thank you for trying to protect me, worrier, but I've got this covered." Do not fight the voice. Do not get angry at it. Just acknowledge it and then dismiss it. Treat it like background noise, like a radio playing in another room. You can hear it, but you do not have to listen to it. Remember that action is the antidote to despair. When you are in motion, the fear cannot catch you. It's when you are sitting still that the fear grows. So get up, move your body, change your environment. Do something, even if it's small. Clean your desk, go for a run, write one email. Break the paralysis. Physical movement changes your mental state, gets you out of your head and into your body. Now, I want you to take a deep breath. Inhale the possibility, exhale the doubt. Feel your feet on the ground. You are safe. You are capable. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. Do not deny us your gifts because you are afraid of being imperfect. We do not need you to be perfect. We need you to be real. We need you to show up. Your imperfect creation could be exactly what someone else needs to see today. Your story could be the one that saves someone else, but only if you share it. You have a choice right now. You can close this and go back to your comfort zone, back to scrolling and dreaming and wishing. You can stay safe and small, or you can decide that today is the day things change. You can decide that your dreams are more important than your fears. You can decide to bet on yourself. It will be scary, it will be uncomfortable, but it will be worth it. Because on the other side of that fear is the life you have always wanted. So here is my challenge to you. I do not want you to just think about this. I want you to act. Pick one thing you have been putting off because of fear. Just one thing. Maybe it is making that phone call. Maybe it is writing the first page of your book. Maybe it is signing up for that class. Whatever it is, I want you to do it right now. Not later today, not tomorrow, right now. As soon as this ends, take the smallest possible step. Want to run a marathon? Just put on your running shoes. Want to write a book? Just open the document and write one sentence. That's it. Break the seal. Prove to yourself that you can do it. Prove to the fear that it does not own you. You have the power. You always have. You just needed to start. The clock is ticking. Your life is happening right now. Do not let fear steal another second of it. Go. Make it happen. You got this.